Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So the reason why I'm on my bed and that I'm in my bedroom is because I wanted this video to feel a little bit more personal, because the subject of this video is going to be um, more personal. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about serious problem and serious subjects. So I'm going to talk about mental health. The reason why I'm talking about mental health today is because in the US it looks like the month of May is the mental health awareness. I difficulty with that word, sorry. And in the US, and it's also the National Teen Self-Esteem Month. And also it's like for the 1 week, I think like for the May the 6th to the like 12th is like the mental health week in Canada, and also like in the UK is like I think the 13 and the 19. So yeah, so it's a lot of like mental health awareness for this month. So yes, so I decided today to talk about my story with mental health. So yeah, so before I'm going to talk about my story with mental health, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the stats and everything. So more than 300 million of people of all ages suffer from depression. So that's really sad, but that's a common thing. But we don't need to, we don't have to like, yes, it's a lot of people and it's sad, but we need to take it seriously. But yeah, so also around 20% of the world's children and adolescents of teenagers have mental health disorder or problem. So that's a lot, okay? And also more sad, 208,000 of people commit suicide every year. So we need to do something, because that's a lot for every year, okay? That's a lot. And also in 1% in five in Canada is affected by mental health, and it's the same for the US and probably around the world too. So that's scary, okay guys? So yeah, so now I'm going to talk more about me. So before I begin, just to talking about my story with mental health, because guys, it's a lot, it's long. Just to say, I'm 18, but like I'm going to be 18 like, I don't know when exactly I'm going to post this video, but like I'm going to be hating like at the beginning and the middle of of May. So yes, yeah. So I used to have a ADHD, but now I have just ADD. So I'm going to talk about it. I have also like dyslexia. I have giftedness. I'm going to talk about it. And I have depression. I have anxiety, but I don't have like a disorder, okay? So I'm going just to talk a little bit like faster, because it's not the biggest part of my story with depression and mental health of like my childhood and elementary school. So the thing is that um, I had like my diagnostic for ADHD at the time when I was like maybe like 7 or 8 or 9. Yes, so I had quite a reputation before that of like maybe like lying a little bit. So I didn't really have friends or real friends when I'm looking at it right now. So I was like bullied and everything. So when I took pills, I was and medication, I was better, but people didn't understand that. So I was still like bullied, bitching like girls are bitch. Okay, surprise! I don't think this is new. And also like really alone and everything. So the first time that I saw a psychologist, I think I was maybe like uh, 7 or 8. The reason why was because I wanted to kill myself. So my parents decided that I needed to go to see a psychologist. It was just before. I think like all like the mental health and like uh, health words are different for French and for English. For like you can be like there are for me myself there are a difference with being in the depression and being depressed. I don't know if it's in English it is, but I kind of hate when people don't use like the correct word for like everything, but this is one the most because I hate it. So yeah, so I was depressed, but I wasn't in the depression or like diagnosed to get, I don't even the word how you say it in English. So I think I'm going to have a lot of difficulty to say like medical terminology and word for today's video because they are quite complicated by themselves in French, or me trying to say it in English is the worst, but okay. So yeah, so I wanted to kill myself, so we went to see a psychologist. I had like problem with my cousins and everything. So after that I had the diagnostic of having ADHD. So yes, and after that maybe like when I was 9 or 10, yes maybe, I went to see a different psychologist, and because I didn't really like the first one and everything, so I was still like really bullied. I didn't really have friends, but I have friends, but when I'm looking at now, they weren't really my friends, so they really are like friends. So yeah, so I was really bullied and bitching. Girls are mean, okay? I don't think it's a surprise, but girls are mean, okay? So yeah, so I think the worst year was like maybe the end of my um, 5th and my 6th. So here we finish elementary school in Quebec. We don't have like middle school, but we finish elementary school when we are like 11 or 12. So yeah, so this in the 6th is like the last one, but we also, yeah, it's okay. So yeah, so for the my last year in elementary school, I lost like all my friends. They were like so mean, bitching. So I wasn't really a good place in my life. I still wanted to die. I was depressed all the time, like really really much. That was really difficult, okay, but I was tired all the time. So this is like another part, but I'm tired all the time. It's been like maybe like 8 or 9 years that I'm tired all the time, and even if I sleep and everything, I'm still tired all the time. So it was really difficult at school, um, and at home too, and everything. So yeah, so that was the worst, okay. So when I finished when I went to high school, when I was like 12, I think, um, it was tough because I didn't really have friends and I didn't really knew what friends were and how to believe in people because I have like no self-esteem. I hated myself. I hated myself. Okay. So yeah, so it was difficult, But and also at the time I stopped seeing my psychologist because I just wanted to have a break and just be in high school like normal people. But I think I should have continued to see my psychologist. Okay, but yes, so I it was difficult. I was like all the time in the library doing schoolwork and everything, and I think the problem really official and being really like get up because I couldn't take it anymore. I was tired all the time, sad all the time. But the main reason was I was tired all the time. Okay, like I wanted to sleep all the time, but I couldn't sleep because of my pills that I took. But yes, and my mom is a teacher, and she's sometimes like she talk about me, of course, with our colleagues and everything. And one of our colleagues said that it's good when kids have been diagnosed with like ADHD, for example, at a such young age that when they are teenagers to redo like all the tests and everything. So someone was like, okay, Florence, we're going to do that. So we did that, and we learned that I didn't add ADHD anymore. I only had ADD, and I also learned that I had dyslexia, so that was like a shock, but at the same time that explained a lot. Okay, we didn't really realize it, but that explained a lot. But I was really depressed to learn that because I don't know, I just felt like, why didn't I need another thing? Like, why did I need another thing on my back? Like, I just wanted like, so I was just tired to have all these problems and why, like, I was done. Okay, and I also learned that if I didn't stop the medication that was too hard for me, not too hard, but it was too it wasn't a good medication. The medication was too strong for me, like so much. And oh my gosh, I don't know really how long this video is going to be. I said that I was going to do a search introduction of like my childhood and everything, but I think it's going to be long. Sorry, maybe it's going to be a two-part video. I don't know. So yes, so it was too strong for me, and she said that if I didn't stop that medication, I'm going to do a burnout. So if I didn't stop that medication, I was going to do a burnout. And guess what? I did a burnout. So that was tough. At school it was tough. Yes, like I said, I was tired all the time. I did like concentration, and like it was bad. Okay, so I like my grades were not that good anymore, really, and everything. Okay, so I changed my medication. I saw new doctors and everything, but I remember in May, like my school were the best. Okay, seriously, they were the best. But I think I stopped like sport class or like theater class because it was like too much, and I needed really to concentrate myself with like just relaxing and just start being tired all the time and just do my other most important work, classwork. But yes, and in May was too much. I remember like after my birthday, it was like a little like break for some day, like because we're like the Victoria Day, so it's like nobody worked for that day and everything. So yes, but after that, my mom worked to the director, and she said that she can't do it anymore. I was like, Mom, I can't. I can't go back to school. Like I wanted to stop school, and yes, at that age, you can stop school again. So, but yes, I think I was 15, I think. So yes, and you need to be like 16 to can be to just to stop school, but whatever. uh, it wasn't really that I wanted to stop school, but it was just too much. I was I just wanted to have a break, you know, like it was just really too much for me. So, and the director was so kind. He said that I could just, for like the last month, like the June, just don't do my final exam. I guess we say exam here, but like my final test, like, you know, like of everything that you learn for each class for all the year. But yes, so I stopped it because I didn't like need like certain grade for the next year, because we were like in it's like, because you have like 5 year in high school here, so like I was like in my third, so like for the fourth, like is the time that you decide if you go to like harder math or like harder science and everything. But I wasn't like going to just to have harder classes, because I didn't need it to just like university and everything. But yes, so it was like she can stay at home, so I was like, hallelujah, thanks guys. So I was like just relaxing at home. But like, did it change something? No. Okay, so I remember, I think it was like the June 1st, the 1st of June, I had like, I went to see a psychiatrist, and she told me that I was in a depression. So I was like, okay, good to know. But yeah, so she she told us that I didn't needed a medication for my depression, but she changed my medication for my ADD. So yes, that changed something, not really. But yes, I was like, okay, another thing. After that, you have like the summer and everything, and I went back to school like not really like have a low transfer. Like I went like back full, like every classes and everything, like a progressive return. I didn't did that because I just thought that it wasn't really a thing. But yes, maybe I should have, I don't know, but it's the past. Okay, so yeah, so the first year is like one of the toughest. Okay, because you have like 3 like ministry exams, so it's like with like the government like do the exam and everything, so you need to pass this exam if you want to have your see if you want to go back to go like to university, or just come really finish high school. So yeah, so you have like 3, so it's like, gosh, so it was really difficult. I remember at the end of that year I was still depressed. Okay, I was still like, I still felt in a complete depression. Okay, even if normally you are only like in depression for like, I think it's like 2 or 3 months. I felt like for 1 year depression, but like clearly I felt like I've been in a depressions all my life. Okay, because I felt the same for all my life, and it's just harder and harder, and it's just harder every day. I'm tired every day. It's more every day. Okay, so yes, and but I finish. But yeah, so like I wanted to say, when I sometimes just lose when I want to say, but I still didn't like. I think like for sport or something like that, I didn't this class just to study for this important test exam, whatever you want to call it. Here we call them exam, but yes. So yes, and after that, yeah, the summer. I don't remember where I went. I think we went. Oh, we went to Washington and New York, so that was cool. But yes, but whatever. Okay, and yes, and after that, for my last year, it was the worst. Okay, so because I think this video is going to be too long if I do in one part, I'm going to talk about the hardest year of my life in part 2 probably. So yes, so I will probably not asking you to like put a thumbs up to this video because it can be awkward. But yes, so yes, I'm going to do a part 2 because it's going to be really long and it's going to be tough, okay? So put a thumbs up if you want, subscribe also if you want more, and I hope to see you in the next video. That is probably going to be the part 2 or another video, I still don't know.